All right. Back to it now here in Studio G in the heart of America, Michigan, of course, the greatest state in the country, I think. But hey, I'm a little bit biased. My next guest, Mark Hancock, is the CEO of Trail Life USA. It's the nation's largest Christian-centered boy-focused character development program. 60,000 members nationwide and growing. And he says the glory of a nation rests on the character of its men. I don't disagree with that. Mark Hancock, welcome to the program.
Steve, it's great to be with you this morning.
I've said for a long time, America needs more dads, for starters. You know, starting in the 1960s, men have been systematically removed from the home, beginning with black and brown families and then progressing into white families. There's been a target on men. And then there's, of course, toxic masculinity and all these other slanderous terms of what it means to be a man and be a good man and to stand up and look out for your family and earn an income and put a roof over their head and be a man. You know, this has all become somehow wrong in America when it's absolutely the right thing to do. Mark, where do you want to begin?
Yeah, well, there's all kinds of places to start, Steve. You're absolutely right. We've seen the men discounted over the last number of generations, and it's led to a culture that we're in today where the kids are struggling. Of course, we serve 60,000 members across the country, most of them boys, in an outdoor-focused program that needs good, strong men to lead them. And that's one of our most difficult things, is to find men who will step up and lead boys. But when they do, we have the most amazing, we have over 20,000 volunteers across the country who are serving these boys. And they're men who understand that it takes good, strong men to raise good, strong men. You know, now this 1 in 4 boys doesn't have a dad in his household. You know,
sure. Now, let me ask you about this. Boy-focused character development, outdoor activities. I mean, it sounds a lot like the Boy Scouts, which is not the Boy Scouts anymore. It's Scouting America or whatever they call it. But tell me what your program is, what it is not. What do you do? Give me a curriculum idea.
Well, you're on the right track, but we're very different in two distinct ways. You know, we're an outdoor organization, camping, hiking, troops, patrols, everything that you would expect from an outdoor organization. We focus on adventure, character, and leadership for boys. We have a robust awards program, everything you would expect from an outdoor boys organization. But we're very different because there's two things about us that separate us from the Boy Scouts. One is we are Christ-centered, which means we're unapologetic Christian. We're not an outdoor organization having a Christian experience. We're at our core a Christian ministry that uses the outdoors to grow boys into good, strong men. And the second thing, we believe, and I think I can say this on your program, we believe that boys and girls are different.
Oh, come on now. I thought they were exactly the same. I just spin the wheel and pick what you are. Come on now.
We believe that they're different. It's not a value statement. We think they're both amazing creatures,
Agreed.
but we think that they need different things in order to develop. So we have a program that's focused.
I think, let me just underline it. I think it's a value statement too. Both have incredible value as they are. Go on.
Yeah, no, that's true. But there are distinctive differences, and science will tell you biologically, psychologically, developmentally. So many ways boys and girls are different, and so we pay attention to boys in a culture that's ignoring them. You know, like you said, Boy Scouts no longer is a male-centric program. Now they allow boys and girls, which is great for girls, but it's horrible for boys, and they're being pushed out of more and more places where normally their makeup would be respected. So Trail Life is restoring that idea that if you put boys in the company of good, strong, godly men, you will raise good, strong, godly men.
Yeah, and that is so important. Look, we need more dads. Too many families in this country have no father. And look, when you talk about raising children, there's a role for what men offer kids, what women offer kids. There's a difference of what mom and dad bring to the table. There is. You know, dads are supposed to toughen them up. Moms are supposed to nurture them. In my estimation, that's pretty basic, but you understand there are different roles in those relationships, aren't there?
Yeah, we're just wired differently, and we're wired with strengths. And again, it's not the one is better than the other, but they're just different. And this obvious, men have physical strengths that women don't have, and women are built with a nurturing ability that men really have to work at in order to develop. And so those are natural strengths that we have, and we respect those, and we understand that those are strengths that need to be recognized. And, 76% of public school teachers are female, and 80-something% of Sunday school teachers are female. 1 in 4 boys now doesn't have a dad in his home. You're right. We need men for these boys because girls have these wonderful examples of the good, strong women. A single mom is doing an amazing job, but boys don't have those kind of examples. And so we're giving those examples in Trail Life USA through these adult men volunteers.
Yeah. How do people find out more, Mark, about Trail Life USA? I mean, we talking about long camping trips, week, 2 weeks, what kind of things?
All kinds of things. Our troops typically meet weekly, and then maybe once a month they'll do a weekend camping trip, and then once a year, or sometimes more, they'll do a longer trip, maybe an adventure whitewater rafting or rock climbing or backpacking or something like that. But you can go to traillifeusa.com, Trail Life USA, 2 L's in the middle, and there's a tab there for Get Connected. You click on it, you can find a troop, shows you the map of the United States. You put in your zip code. We're in all 50 states, over 1,250 churches now have Trail Life USA troops, but you can put in your zip code and it'll show you the troops that are nearby. And if there's not one, it shows you how to start one.
TrailLifeUSA.com. That's pretty remarkable. So you've got, are they called troops?
Yeah, they're called troops.
Yeah, same as the Scouts. Okay, so look, I commend you for doing this. You're growing 60,000 people involved now. Where do you hope to be in 5 years?
Oh gosh, I'm getting more and more bold in my predictions because our rapid growth. We've only been around 10 years. We started when the Boy Scouts kind of started to abandon their more traditional values focused on boys. But I really can't call, Steve. We're just continuing to see amazing growth, about 20% a year. We just added, I think, like 8,000 or 10,000 members in the last few weeks through our Join the Trail program, which happens this time every year. So we just continue to explode. We're starting new troops every day.
Well, there you go. Brand new troops. All right, TrailLifeUSA.com, TrailLifeUSA.com. Mark Hancock, CEO, lives in South Carolina, beautiful state. Mark, thank you for what you've done here. It's good stuff.
Thanks, Steve. It's been great to talk to you this morning.
Good talking to you, my friend. I'm glad you're here. All right, go ahead and look that up. If you're looking for an alternative to what's out there, TrailLifeUSA.com. Look, America, we need more dads, more fathers, more men, real men and women. That's part of this conversation here today, and we would like to see you get involved with something like that. The glory of a nation rests in the character of its men. Isn't that the truth? Isn't it, though? This part of the program brought to you by Wolverine Water here in Michigan. It's Michigan's best water treatment company. And look, we have great partners here. Let me tell you about the partners that I have here at the Steve Gruber Show. Every partner I have is somebody that I work with. Every partner I have is somebody that I work with. That's a fact. I wouldn't tell you about something, a product or a company, unless I had personal involvement with them. I don't just take the check and say, hey, here's a... No, it's not how it works here. These are companies that I work with. In fact, Wolverine Water in Michigan, I worked with them for years, long before I had this program. So if you're in Michigan, you want the best water, WolverineWaterSystems.com. 75 years they've been there, 75 years. Paul Mahaney and his team delivering the best, purest water in Michigan. Michigan made, Michigan manufactured, Michigan based all the way through. WolverineWaterSystems.com. I'll take a break and be back on the Steve Gruber Show.